Hello and welcome everybody to what just might be my final Edge of Eternities booster draft. I'm Paul Cheon. Today I'm sitting at rank number 130. I'm recording this before the qualifier weekend, but of course this video will be coming out after that. So hopefully I do well, we'll see. But after this, I'm going to be probably doing a couple of cube videos, and then we'll be heading straight into the Spider-Man Early Access event, and then we'll see what kind of content I'll make moving forward. But as our final, or potentially our final Edge of Eternities draft, let's make it a good one and finish in the double digits. Now, before we hop into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pre-order some booster boxes of Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles to round out your Modern, Standard, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are the place to go to for deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, ton of high quality products. They're also going to be at MagicCon Atlanta. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Also, if you swing by their booth, tell them Paul sent you. You'll get 10% off in person as well. Alrighty, here we go. Final draft. What do I open? Okay. Well, as far as common goes, I think the best common is like Gene Pollinator and Night Luminary. But there's several cards here that are more exciting. We have Starwinder and Monoist Circuit Feeder. I think this card is solid. Definitely not bad, but I think on average, the Circuit Feeder is going to be a more powerful card. And I want to win, okay? And I think if you want to win, you should take the Monoist Circuit Feeder over Starwinder. Pack 1, Pick 2 gives us Virus Beetle, which I do think is better than Holocarver. Lashwood Predator is okay, but I do think Galactic Wayfarer is better. And there's also a Pinnacle Kill Ship, but I don't think I should be second picking this. I think the pick here for me is between Virus Beetle and Galactic Wayfarer. And I think the pick is actually closer than it seems. I am just constantly super impressed by Virus Beetle. Also noting that black-green isn't the strongest color combination. This works well with the Circuit Feeder. You know, I'm going to do something a little bit different this time and stay the course and take Virus Beetle over Galactic Wayfarer, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Just try something different, you know? I mean, I do think the Galactic Wayfarer is very good, but really, really high quality 2-drops are hard to come by, and Virus Beetle, I just think, kind of does everything that you want. Pack 1, Pick 3 gives us a Eumidian Terrabotanist. There is a Radiant Strike and a Holocarver. And I'm just going to take Holocarver here. Basically, I want to set myself up for like a blue-black or black-red artifact deck. All these cards are mostly fine, but starting out the draft with 3 artifacts and setting up for a really strong Monoist Circuit Feeder deck is probably a pretty good spot to be. Pack 1, Pick 4 gives us Mechanizoa and Bombard. I don't really think Bombard is particularly strong, so I'm just going to take Mechanizoa here and see if maybe we can draft a blue-black artifact deck. But if not, I mean, I'm happy to shift gears. For example, this pack has a bunch of green and white cards. There is Gene Pollinator, but there's also Focus Fire and Night Luminary. And that has to be a signal. I feel like pack pick 5, Focus Fire plus Night Luminary is a better indication that white's open than seeing a late Gene Pollinator. So I think I'm going to take the Focus Fire here. This is just premium removal. And I like Night Luminary a lot as well, but I think the Focus Fire is a better card. Here, we're seeing a Radiant Strike, Embrace Oblivion, Kov Landseeker, and a Pinnacle Kill Ship. I'm going to take Embrace Oblivion here, just try to cut off the black. I think Kill Ship and Radiant Strike are also both fine cards, but I don't necessarily know that white's going to be my second color. So I'm going to take the Embrace Oblivion because I know that this is going to be a solid card given that I already have a Virus Beetle. And yeah, white is absolutely the color to be. In fact, green-white is probably the color combination to be because there's also a Meltstrider's Resolve here. I'm going to take a Sunstar Lightsmith because I think the card is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, it does feel like it's probably too late to switch into green-white specifically. But I'm happy moving into black-white if that's where we need to be. Here, there's a Cascading Cataracts. Weftblade Enhancer is fine. I mean, it's an okay card. I don't love it. If I don't have to play it, I won't. Although the Self-Craft Mechan now tabled, so now we're getting interested. Now this is getting interesting because Self-Craft Mechan certainly also very, very good with what we have. There's a Blooming Stinger, just a weirder draft in general. But this tells me that artifacts could be open. And I'm only losing out on a Starfighter Pilot here. So yeah, let's take the Self-Craft Mechan, and I do like it more than the Cerebral Download, and just kind of take it on a pick-by-pick basis and see where we end up. Here, there's Emergency Eject versus Nanoform Sentinel. I'm going to take the Eject. It just feels like a better card. Here, there's a Radiant Strike. All right, well, you know, look, this is me, like, going back and forth with the speculations, but it does feel like black-white is where we need to be, and to just lock it down, I'm taking a Servandum here. Emissary Escort would be good if I was a blue-black artifact deck, but I think Servandum is a better card. And yeah, let's just lock it in now. Emergency Eject can be good, although I don't really love these 6-drops. All right, what do we have here? Graph Pack Monoist. I don't really love Lightless Evangel. Wormwall Sweeper is fine. Starfield Vocalist is fine. I think I'm just going to take Dauntless Scrapbot. We are lacking in 3s. It's double artifact. Good with the Circuit Feeder. I think it's just an excellent card overall. Graph Pack Monoist is obviously also good, but I will take the Scrapbot here. All right, Pack 2, Pick 3. I think I'm just going to take an Honor. Just a solid card. Never going to cut it for the most part. Nothing else really in this pack. Space-Time Anomaly. Nobody likes the Space-Time Anomaly. I guess I'll just take another Radiant Strike. Like removal is still just important to have. And I think, I like playing up to 2 copies of this card. Pack 2, Pick 5 is a bit of a miss. This doesn't really feel like a Nutrient Block deck necessarily. Although I do have an Embrace Oblivion. I don't think I want a Pinnacle Kill. I'm just going to take the Coordinator here. Look, I do at some point need to take cards for my mana curve. So let's go ahead and take this. If I can pick up some Spacecrafts, this can also end up being pretty good. Here we have Hull Carver versus Seam Rip. I do prefer the Hull Carver here. And it doesn't look like we're going to be like an aggressive black-white deck. So just keep that in mind. Bonder's Enclave is okay, but I think Umbral Color Zealot is a better pickup here. Here, wow, Depressurized Pick 8. Wow. Gene Pollinator as well, and a Seam Rip. What a crazy pack. All right, our interaction's looking pretty good now. Now, I don't know if I want to play triple Hull Carver. That feels like it's a lot. And if I don't play any Spacecrafts, then the Flight Deck Coordinator also won't be particularly strong. But, I mean, these are all playable cards that I can play. Here we'll play Blade of the Swarm. Feels like white wasn't particularly good in this pack, but I think we're going to get hooked up in the last one. Here there's a Gravblade Heavy, which we're not going to play. There's another Gravblade Heavy. All right, last pack. What do we got? Graph Pack Monoist, Pulsar Squadron Ace, and Focus Fire. Mutinous Massacre and Diadrin. I mean, if I was green-white, obviously Diadrin would have been the pick. So normally I would consider Focus Fire here, but I feel like I actually just need more creatures. So I'm going to take the Graph Pack Monoist over Focus Fire because I already have 5 interactive spells, actually 6 with Emergency Eject. And I think the Graph Pack Monoist is going to work pretty well with like Umbral Color Zealot and Embrace Oblivion. So for that reason, I will take the Monoist. All right, Pack 3, Pick 2. It's not going to be Godless Shrine, but there's 2 good options. There's Lightstyle Inquisitor and Umbral Color Zealot. Not entirely sure what to take between those 2. I mean, I have a million Hull. I think I kind of want more solid 2-drops, and I feel like this plays into the Sacrifice theme a little bit better. I think it's close, but I'm going to go with the Umbral Color Zealot there. All right, Pack 3, Pick 3 has basically nothing for us. And I did mention that green-white felt like it's where we needed to be, and yeah, it's certainly proving itself here. Starport Security is not particularly good here. I don't need a 4th Hull Carver, so very, very bad pack for me. I will take a Command Bridge in case I feel like my mana is an issue. Banishing Light, yep, obviously white's open. Happy to take that. And yeah, I mean, look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removal spells. Okay, yeah, at least we were able to identify one of the other open colors. White certainly very, very open here. Taking the Starfield Shepherd. I'll take a Beamsaw Prospector just because I need 2s. Feels like all these maybe cards I'm going to end up playing, although Dawnstrike Vanguard seems exceptionally bad here. So that's probably the first cut. The only issue with this deck is, like, it's not really putting on enough pressure. Like, I actually kind of wish I picked up the Night Luminary over this Focus Fire. I thought it was close at the time. I mean, it's not like these packs are particularly strong. Here, I'll take a Starfighter Pilot, but without any spacecrafts. Like, I didn't even get any Wormwall Sweepers. I saw, like, 1. So we're just seeing a bunch of mediocre cards here. To be fair, like, I'm looking at some of these cards late, and just, like, nothing would have been great. I think I'm going to actually play a Decode Transmissions here. Yeah, Kalia with 3 cards left, of course. Yeah, this is more like a black-white mid-rangey deck. Not entirely convinced that this is going to get us to where we need, but it is what it is. I guess you know where the big pick was? After I first picked the Monolith Circuit Feeder, had I taken the Galactic Wayfarer pick 2, I might have been more open to just going into green-white. But like I said, I do think Virus Beetle is a very strong card, so it's not too bad. All right, we have far too many spells. Squire's Lightblade somehow snuck in there. 17 creatures can certainly cut at least 1 creature. Yeah, this is such a weird deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I kind of like all of my spells. You know, usually when I'm white, I get a bunch of Night Luminaries. I am so sad I don't have the Night Luminary. That could have been a mistake. No, this doesn't... I feel like the only reasonable way I can win this game is just by, like, win my deck with my deck is just to curve out. So I guess I'll cut the Decode Transmissions here. I don't know, but like Starfighter Pilot and Flight Deck Coordinator looks really bad here too, right? I mean, maybe I just cut all of these. In which case I can't really curve out. In which case we should just play more of these other cards. I mean, trading a bunch of things with Hull Carver and then like casting Decode Transmissions is probably fine. Okay. Weftblade Enhancer looks a little bit suspect here. But I'll play it as my other top end card. And just gives me more things to do, and it makes my Hull Carvers bigger, which can be nice. And our curve is quite low. And this gets me a land in Honor Cycles. So I think I'm just going to go 8 and 8. Alright. Well, let's see. This is like a black-white mid-rangey deck with a bunch of removal, some card draw. I don't know how this is going to perform. We'll see. Usually I like to be a little more aggressive, but you know what? There's a first for everything. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to my Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community of folks also looking to up their limited game. Also, I make monthly videos for my Patreon, along with special monthly streams for the Patreon as well. So lots of different benefits. Check it out. Alright, opponent on the play here. 2 Plains Banishing Light. No cheap things. I feel like I'm playing almost all my cheap cards. I'm going to keep this still. I have a Banishing Light that I can play on 3. We drew a Plains, so that means we're good here on the Banishing Light. Turn 2 Siege Ship Brood Tender is the play from the opponent. They milled 3 lands. We drew a Swamp, which is excellent. So, drawing back-to-back lands here was obviously great. And Frenzied Baloth, alright. Nice curve from the opponent. I will play a Graph Pack Monoist here. Not really interested in using Banishing Light just yet. The Monoist can block the Baloth. Meltstrider's Resolve. Okay. Well, I guess now, I mean, this is fine. Does it come into play tapped? Yeah, it does. I guess Banishing Light a 3/4 isn't so bad. What are you doing? There's my opponent's holding like some weird priority there. I don't know why. This plays around Biosynthetic Burst. You can't have anything here. I think they have a Biosynthetic Burst, though. Alright, Hull Carver was good. I mean, I would have liked to be able to go Sunstar Lightsmith into Hull Carver, but that's not where we are, obviously. Okay, you can use your Biosynthetic Burst. Land next turn wouldn't be bad. That lets me go, let's see, Umbral Caller Zealot into Warp. And that gives me a couple of good blockers, I guess. I mean, it's not insane, but it puts 5 power and 4 toughness on the battlefield. I mean, I'm at 8 life. They have 4 lands, and they drew like a really good curvaceous hand. If they have like one more piece of interaction, then I am absolutely in trouble. It's a Eumidian Terrabotanist and a land. Okay, we're okay. We have officially stabilized. I will be blocking this Blooming Stinger if it attacks. They should attack with Blooming Stinger. Surprised they didn't. Here we have Sunstar Lightsmith. I'm just going to play that. Next turn I can go Decode Transmissions and hope to hit a land. But it's just another solid blocker. But yeah, I mean, relatively even board, but they're at a much higher life total, so... But I have 2 more cards in hand, and a Weftblade Enhancer, so I definitely have more resources, and my opponent conceded. That seems a little preemptive, I'm gonna say, but you know what? I'll take it. Rank 89. Alrighty, playing against a Mythic rank player. Opponent on the play. We have a really good curvy hand. Turn 1, Hull Carver into Umbral Caller Zealot into Dauntless Scrapbot, so love to see it. Sunset Saboteur. Alright. Oh, they went Mythic into Rare. I liked my hand, but that was before they cast Sunset Saboteur. I guess if they have a removal spell, it's pretty annoying. Tragic Trajectory, okay. I mean, I guess we're racing. Oh, if they double spell... Yeah, this is stupid. Never mind. Excuse the language. It is, silly. I'm gonna say this is silly. What? This is such a ridiculous start. Alright, give me a good removal spell, you know what I mean? I feel like it would only be fair. Okay. They're just on mythiclands.deck. I have 7 removal spells. I just need to find one of them. But even if I kill this, it just feels bad, right? Because it's got ward, discard a card. But when you have a really aggressive start on the play, I mean, like, look at this. Like, what am I supposed to do, right? Oh, wow. I am shocked they didn't attack with the Saboteur. Okay. I guess they didn't have another big follow-up. Ooh. I could get another Hull Carver. But what I really want to do is ramp into the mono a circuit feeder. So we cracked the lander. I'm probably going to discard Decode Transmissions, honestly. I just don't know that I'm going to be in a good position to utilize it. They didn't play Timeline Color, which is good. And I do get a large Hull Carver. Unless they have a removal spell. Okay, that's a Kov Landseeker. Are they going to tap it? Okay. Oh, it's just 3 white, 3 black seems like a nice mix. Let's go mono with Circuit Feeder. I guess I can discard this Swamp. Alright. Life totals are 11 to 10. I have a mono with Circuit Feeder and a Hull Carver. They're a little bit stuck on lands here. Kind of. Next turn I can go Starfield Shepherd plus Hull Carver. And get another Hull Carver. Like if I draw another land, I can just play like 2 more creatures. Hopefully that's going to be enough. They have this lander that they might want to sacrifice, but if they do, it really puts them behind. I suppose they can sack the lander and play a Timeline Color on defense. Comet Crawler. Okay. And Nutrient Block. Okay. So they're going to lose the lander. But they do have a 2/3 lifelinker. Embrace Oblivion. Huh. I'm at 6. Gotta think about this. I think the play is to just attack with this. I'm at 6, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with the flyer. Play Starfield Shepherd. Get another Hull Carver. And then just have 3 blockers. Like, this just makes it so that no matter what, I will have 2 blockers for the Comet Crawler. And I don't see a lethal attack from my opponent. And I am representing a lethal attack with my 2 flyers. And then next turn, I can still set up a lot of good plays here. Okay, Comet Crawler attacking. I mean, they're going to gain 1,000,000 life here, which I don't love, but it is what it is. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. I mean, I guess I could have tried killing the Comet Crawler so they don't gain life. Interesting spot. Really interesting spot. But this is easy, like, easy blocks like this. Like, if they use some kind of removal spell on the left, they still lose their Landseeker. They can sack a land, but that's a really big cost right now to pump their team. Although I think that's sorcery speed. So I don't even think that's a thing. But we basically... And the thing is, look, we still have like a... Okay. Yeah, I mean, this was good. So they lost 2 of their things. I still have 7 power worth of flyers. Don't quite have lethal, though. Sadly. I have 9 damage, because I can go like Hull Carver, Embrace Oblivion, plus Decode Transmissions. Oh, this is actually instant speed. Okay. All right, opponent has lots of options. Whoa, Sir Vondam? Well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just gonna play that. And then I have another blocker too, so I should be fairly safe. Like, they're gonna need a removal spell for the Sir Vondam too. It feels like they have some, like a Grav Kill or something. Alright, but they need to also kill Sir Vondam. And I still have, like, a really strong board here, right? With Sir Vondam, Shepherd, and Hull Carver. And I have Embrace Oblivion plus Decode Transmissions. So, I have a good blocker. It's a lifelinker. If they kill that, they still take 4. And I have Decode Transmissions. I mean, I'm hoping they just don't have a way to kill Sir Vondam. That would be highly preferable, okay? Highly preferable. I hope my opponent just plays a large creature, like a Voidforge Titan, and passes. Because then we just win the game. They do not know the 2 cards in our hand. It's funny, it looked like they had like a really good aggressive start, but then they have like nutrient blocks and... Yeah, so I mean, it's like a black-red artifact sacrifice deck, but didn't quite have as aggressive of a hand as I thought they could have. Oh, they do have the removal spell. Systems Override? Okay. What did that do? Alright, let me think. I can hit them for 8. I can go for the kill? Hold on. Should I? Oh, man. I just need to draw a land. If I... Okay. Let's go for it. Land! Woo! Let's go! Going for the win. Look, I don't want them to untap and do something crazy. I don't even know if that was the correct play, but we didn't... Like, we've drawn so many spells, we're just, like, really likely to draw land. If we don't draw land, like, we could probably play some creatures or removal spells. So I just went for the win there. Without losing both of my creatures. Like, I just used the angel to target itself, and we got there. Wow. Wow. Alright, opponent on the play here. Hey, look, another 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop kind of hand here. Hull Carver into Virus Beetle into Dauntless Scrapbot, so, you know. 1-drop, willing to trade with anything. Virus Beetle always gets a card. Love this setup. I don't love Lumen Class Frigate, I will say. I can't say that I'm a fan of that. So what are they going to do next turn? Like, play a creature and... I mean, we'll see what they discard. That'll give us a little more information. Psionicist. Alright, I'm just going to hold the Hull Carver back here. I just think it's likely that they play a creature and give this... And trading 1 damage for 2 damage doesn't seem great. Especially given that they discarded a 3-mana creature. Like, that is nuts that they discarded an Uthros Psionicist. You know what I mean? Alright, I would love a land here. Oh my gosh. This is not a real start. I guess they're gonna blink their Night Luminary? Or the Hull Carver? Blinking the Night Luminary is probably better. But... What the hell is this start? Holy cow. I can depressurize the All-Fate Stalker, but... Oh no, I don't want to. Okay, well... The question is, do I want them to draw a card or do I want to kill? If I don't draw, like, it's just such a... I think I just give them the card, right? Yeah, just take the card. But this is a nasty, nasty board. Alright, we drew a land, which is great. All-Fate Stalker is quite annoying. It's unlikely that they double spell next turn, right? Let's just play the Scrap Bot. I mean, we're at 19 at least. And yeah, like I said, it's very unlikely that they double spell. And if they use their Starport Security to tap this turn, it's not great either. Like, obviously, I'm happy trading the Scrap Bot for something. I mean, if they're going to use the Starport Security, they might as well just play All-Fate Stalker. Maybe target the Hull Carver. I just didn't want to play the Lightsmith with an impending All-Fate Stalker, right? I just want to see if I can get some value off of this card at some point in the game. There is the All-Fate Stalker, which is going to target Scrap Bot. Interesting. That's interesting because if I kill this, I get more value. That, you know what I mean? Alright, well, I guess I'll block one of these. We drew a land. Now we just pass. Banishing Light. Wow. It's a good hand. Did they draw a... Do they have a 2-drop as well? Oh my gosh. Alright, alright. That was not bad. They did have a 2-drop. They should have played it. Goodness gracious. Oh man. I'm gonna kill the 3-power creature. Alright, well, let's hope to stabilize here. They're gonna probably tap down my Circuit Feeder end of turn. Yep. Or during my combat step. 2-drop? Damn it. This is brutal because, like, I want to get value off of this Sunstar Lightsmith. If I do, though, I'm going to take 4 points of damage. Is that worth it? To go down to 12? I think so. I'm going to thin out my deck. And then I have Sunstar Lightsmith, and if I just draw, like, one more... Like, I'm so likely to play something off of that, right? So I will take the 4 here to give myself a shot at drawing an extra card here, because every resource here feels extremely important. Let's get Swamp. I guess Decode Transmissions means maybe I want to keep that, but I don't know. I'd rather just thin out my deck. Alright, alright. Sunstar Lightsmith. Cast this with Warp. Draw another land, okay. I'm just gonna play all my lands. I mean, we're still taking a fair amount of damage, but they can't really attack into my Sunstar Lightsmith unless they, like, main phase tap. Then they're, like, in a lot of trouble. Although, of course, my opponent's only drawn 5 lands and 11 spells. Okay. Oh, they didn't have a follow-up there. That's really good. God, this is really bad for me, though. How do I want to do this? Like, do I just want to get, like, really aggressive? And attack for 12? Then they hit me back for... Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we got to hit them for 6, right? That land was so bad. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lands. Alright, alright. I mean, we even tried to maximize on value as much as possible. Oh, goodness. Radiant Strike is not good there. Alright, well, at least they can't attack me, I don't think. Okay. That's a Hull Carver. I'm going to hold it. Because I think their plan is to tap with the Starport security. So this is good. Alright, okay, whew. I just needed another card to draw there. So there we go. Umbral Caller Zealot into Hull Carver. Presumably they're going to tap this. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll play Decode Transmissions. Alright. Another Decode Transmissions. Okay. Ooh, Honor I'm gonna save. But I don't want to use Embrace Oblivion yet. Okay, sure. I guess their plan is to get auxiliary boosters here? Why didn't they block Sacrifice then? Right? They could have blocked the Lightsmith and then instead of losing a 1-1, they could have blocked Sack with the Honored Knight Captain. Okay. Sunstar Expansionist, yep. Alright. Alright. So Graph Pack Monoist is certainly a good candidate here for Embrace Oblivion. Not entirely sure what I want to target. Oh, Focus Fire as well. Okay. We're kind of popping off here with the Sunstar Lightsmith. I mean, now life totals are 9 to 7. They should tap down my Lightsmith. Okay, you're crazy. Do I attack with this too? I'm at 9? No, because they can just chump with one of the securities. Alright, sure. I guess I should have attacked. Now what do I kill? It's probably Station Monitor. I think that scares me the most. Alright. They're sacking the lander instead of tapping something. Okay. They got a swamp. Okay. That certainly makes things interesting. Life total now 3 to 9. I can't imagine they can attack me now. What do you do? Okay, sure. Wow. Alright. Well, certainly lots of lands. Does this have lifelink? No. That just kills you. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. What am I doing? Oh, they tapped this. I'm an idiot. What did I lose? A 2/2 token for no reason? Wow. Paul. Holy cow. What is wrong with you? Okay. Well, we drew out of it, but we certainly didn't play our best. I mean, actually, I think we played very well. I think we played extremely well until the end, where I should have probably just fired off a Focus Fire there. That was just, I just wasn't even thinking. Alright, anyways, we are 3-0. Let's keep it going. Alright, we are firmly in the double digits now, rank 51. Opponent on the play here. This hand is okay, I guess. We have Swamp, Plains, Holocarver with Honor, Focus Fire, Banishing Light, so 2/2 Death Touch Holocarver for the win. Kill everything else. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to get it done, but alright. Let's go Holocarver here. Sunstar Lightsmith was very solid for us in that game. Not gonna do Honor when they have 2 mana up, so I'm just gonna pass. Like, if they have Invasive Maneuvers, it's so bad for us. They're probably like a red-black deck with like a gazillion removal spells. Again, I think they have a removal spell, so I'm just not even bothering warping here. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, there you go. They're probably just gonna keep the lander, right? Yeah, okay. It's the worst rampant growth ever. But do what you gotta do, I guess. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was... Starfield Shepherd was extremely good. The question actually is, do I get a Hull Carver or a Plains? I think the answer is Plains. I just don't want to miss a land drop here, right? And then for the next one, we'll go get a Hull Carver. Yeah, so you know, we're playing this out slowly, but it's okay. Like we're gonna be getting a lot of value off of both of our warp cards. But I'm also letting them kind of do their thing and not putting a whole lot of pressure on. But that's what happens when I keep a hand with all removal. They also probably have a hand with all removal. You know what I mean? So now they got an island and they're just keeping up mana. Okay, well, if they have a Divert Disaster, I guess they have a Divert Disaster. It feels like a Divert Disaster, honestly, but yeah, I mean, it's just like Grixis poop is what I like to call these decks. The thing is, I still got value. It's not like they're like I still got value off of this, right? This still got like I'm still up a card from this. I hope they miss. There's no justice. There is no justice in this world. They probably have a way to kill the Weftblade Enhancer. It's a Graph Pack Monoist. Okay. And a Starbreach Whale. Okay, there. Yeah, this seems like a pretty straightforward Banishing Light on Graph Pack Monoist. They get to Surveil here, and I mean, I do have my opponent on a 2-turn clock. I get to, and I have a bunch of removal spells. So if they continue just playing creatures, I'm okay. Space-Time Anomaly? Come on, man. Have some respect for the game. You do not have respect for the game. And I'm disappointed in you. What does this say? When it just leaves the battlefield, right? Yeah, okay. Take 2. Alright. They're at 5. I have 2 decent sized creatures. But, of course, their hand has been totally unlocked now, so... Starbreach... Okay, well, the other card's probably a Cryo Shatter. Although I can kill it with Emergency Eject. So that's amazing. So my guess is it's going to be Starbreach Whale plus Cryo Shatter. And we depressurize the whale. And then we Emergency Eject the Cryo Shatter and kill our opponent. What? Okay. Did they just have nothing? I don't know if there's a 1 blue spell. Yeah, this deck was just... We'll call it a beautiful disaster. All right, rank 37. All right, things are being a little bit laggy here. I feel like I need to take my computer to the shop. We've uploaded lots of videos over the past year and a half. And yeah, I might need to just get a new computer, but I'll take it to the shop before the Pro Tour and see if they can make for a smoother gaming experience. All right, excuse me. Opponent on the play. It's not the best hand, I'll say, but you know what? I have some removal spells. Hopefully these Radiant Strikes go a long way. Okay, Honored Knight Captain is not what I wanted to see. Emergency Eject is also not what I wanted to see, but hey, it's at least like a removal spell to like stem the bleeding here, depending on what they play. Oh, this is my least favorite card to play against with my style of deck. And wow, turn 2 Honor Knight Captain into turn 3 Weftblade Enhancer is horrible for me. Alright, we drew a 3-drop. Okay. At least we did that. So we get to play Dauntless Scrapbot. Yeah, like, I literally can't beat the Starforge for the most part. Like, the whole premise of my deck, because it's kind of mediocre, is play a bunch of Hull Carvers, 1-for-1 trade, get maybe up 1 or 2 cards with Decode Transmissions, and win with the last threat standing. And then, if the last threat standing is a secluded Starforge, that's game. All right. Dockworker drone. Okay. It's not okay. These are not as scary. These are not as scary, I will say. Let's go ahead and warp this. I tapped wrong. Wow, my computer is literally just dying on me. It is on its last legs. Alright, we can sack the lander here as well, which I really like. I mean, I guess I can theoretically get poisoned out. If I do, I will just extend ahead and say, good job, sir. Good job, opponent. You have lived the dream. And if in my last Edge of Eternities draft video, I get poisoned out by a Virulent Silencer, I am okay with this. Starfighter Pilot, okay. I feel like the only... I mean, they've played fine cards. They actually have a very similar deck to ours, except they have a Secluded Starforge. So their deck's much better. Alright, let's get a Swamp. Graphpack Monoist is not bad at all. Now, the thing is, they can play a Weftblade Enhancer next turn and just, like, pump a bunch of stuff, making it much harder for me. So I do feel like I should probably just play Starfield Shepherd here. Because, yeah, I mean, getting a Hull Carver here seems really strong against the Silencer. I mean, Starfield Shepherd getting me 2 Hull Carvers, like, that is a load of value. I don't know that it's going to be enough, though. Like, we're going to have to lean pretty heavily on these flyers. And if they just slam a Weftblade Enhancer, like, I'm going to have to block with the Starfield Shepherd. But we'll see what they do. Okay, depressurize. Okay. I mean, if their last spell, if they just go, like, double removal spell, that is another extend a hand type situation. It's like, good for you. Good work. I mean, if they had a removal spell, I would absolutely use it on the Hull Carver. I'm not really liking this emergency eject, especially with my kind of deck. They do! Wow! Wow. Oh, they chose not... What the hell? Excuse me? Okay. They just played an Ulfate Stalker? Oh, because they knew Virus Beetle was on top. Yeah, that's a really good play. Oh, man, I can't beat this stupid land! Ugh. The Monoist just doesn't even do anything. Because they're going to play the Enhancer. Oh, man. Well, I guess the Virus Beetle, if they don't play a land, can do something next turn. Assuming they play the Enhancer. Like, this just seems like too good of a spot to play Enhancer. Okay, I guess not. What did you... Decode transmissions, huh? I want to be able to do this and not take damage. I'm not really sure how. I guess it involves Radiant Strike into decode transmissions or something. Yeah, I mean, remember what I said earlier? Like, I'm just not gonna beat Secluded Starforge. I mean that, and we're seeing it play out exactly kind of the way that I thought it would. Like sometimes, you know, like you get run over and this doesn't do enough, but in exactly like matchups like this where we both kind of have mediocre decks, I have literally no chance of winning. Yeah, I mean, like... Alright, we'll just keep playing. This is just a really annoying way to lose. It's like death of 1,000 cuts or whatever. It's just there. You know what I mean? I just, like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to beat this. Can I deck my opponent? I've drawn more cards than them, too. Like, they should clearly have triple block there. Right? Like, what if I have... Yeah, you just triple block there. You make a token and you triple block. It's like, it can't be... Like, you can just get very easily blown out there. Where's my Ghost Quarter? Do I have a Ghost Quarter in my deck? I guess I could have put a counter on the Hull Carver. But I wanted to have something that can attack through two things. And then if I draw like an instant speed removal spell, like this can be a really good attacker. Like if they draw a removal spell, I'm dead anyways. Or it's just, I mean, I'm super unlikely to win this game. It looks like Embrace Oblivion, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna just concede. I just don't see a way for my deck to win. And it's just gonna make the video take an extra 10 minutes. Alright. You know what? That was a mental health concession, okay? It was for my own mental health. Alright, on the play here, gonna keep this. 2 Swamps Plains, Hull Carver, Beamsaw Prospector, and some removal. We get to curve out. Hopefully that wasn't the beginning of the end, you know what I mean? You know, I think I want to cut... like one of my removal spells for another creature. It might be Embrace Oblivion or Emergency Eject. Divert Disaster. I've been getting Divert Disastered a lot more recently. And let me tell you, doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Alright. Think they're gonna get us here. Like these warp cards are Night Luminary is like my biggest nightmare. Let me think. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I thought about making a sacking this for a lander, but the Beamsaw Prospector actually just does a really good job of blocking, so... Just play patiently, I guess. Okay. They're playing some of their filler now, and they can't really attack me. We just have hull carvers for days. Yeah, I feel like, do I even have enough fodder for Embrace Oblivion? I don't want to give them 2 extra tokens, honestly. Alright, that's another land. I mean, we're both kind of in top deck mode, but they've definitely looked at more cards, right? No, not really. They had the nutrient block, but they're definitely up resources. Like, this just made them 2 more tokens, you know what I mean? Alright, I mean, that's certainly something that's worthy of killing with my Embrace Oblivion. Or Banishing Light, I guess. I kind of like the Embrace Oblivion because it lets me get to the mana that I need to play the Monolith Circuit Feeder. And my Hull Carvers are still keeping things at bay. Oh no, GG. Good game. It's all over, folks. Yep. Cryogen Relic. I guess they're debating whether or not they want to attack with Nanoform Sentinel, but I'll obviously just take it. Alright, let's go get a Plains here. And hopefully this Monolith Circuit Feeder does some work. I don't know. Here. Let's kill the flyer. But this is not really attacking, so... They didn't crack the relic? They must have a way to pick it up. Like scout for survivors on Exosuit Savior, pick up the relic, something like that. Like, it's a little bit surprising, right? And now they do it? I guess, like, they have so much mana they can afford to do that. Maybe they do have a way to pick up the relic. Wait, why did they sack it? Rescue skiffing back Exosuit Savior to bounce Cryogen Relic seems infinitely better. Unless they top deck this off the Cryogen Relic, which it feels like they did. This is just too much value. Like, my deck's just not capable of fighting through this. And like I said, it's not like I thought my deck was particularly strong. I thought we navigated some tight games to get to where we are. And now it's like we're seeing the flip side of this, where playing against, like, you know, a solid Mythic player with Cryogen Relic and card draw effects, like, we're going to have a tough time. Okay, that was actually a really good draw. They have 2 cards, and, I mean... We got the Circuit Feeder. That's all we got. But they got to, like, Surveil as well. They've drawn 2 cards off the Relic. They've Surveilled a million times with the Starbreach Whale. So, we're gonna need to just consistently top deck like this to be able to have a chance. Like, I'm even playing 16 lands double decode transmissions to, like, try to not run out of gas. Jesus. Codecracker Hound. Probably something to... Oh, Esteli Reclaimer, sure. Yep. And then they can lock down my Mono Circuit Feeder, and then get it back again. I mean, just, again, I'm not winning this game. This is... The power gap between my deck and my opponent's deck is just too significant. What is this? A Vendo? Okay, come on. Now you're just showing off. You don't need this card. Get out of here. Tap down the Nanoform Sentinel, untap the Reclaimer. That's a mistake. You should tap the Nanoform Sentinel to untap the Reclaimer and then tap this Reclaimer again, right? I guess it doesn't particularly matter. Yeah, it's the same thing. Well, you get to see a blue-white deck do cool things. Sadly, it's just not on our side. Okay. They're at 12. Look, I'm trying to find, like, avenues to victory here. It's not great, though. Oh, that certainly didn't help. Alright, I'm done. They have a Codecracker Hound and a Reclaimer to get back the Cryogen Relic. Like, sometimes you just have to know, like, when you're just... That's it, when you're gonna lose. Alright, I will probably look to make an adjustment here. Let's take a look. Like, I don't love having both of these removal spells. Yeah, I actually think these are both bad. I'm gonna put the Pilot in and... Like, do I just want, like, random dorks to just attack with? It's just, I don't have enough things to sacrifice to this, is the problem. I have one Graph Pack Monoist, a Virus Beetle, like a Dauntless Scrapbat Artifact. I just don't have too much. Alright, let's make it a little bit more proactive and see what happens. From 4-0 to 0-2. Can we at least get 5? Please? Alrighty. Well, one lander. Let's send it back. 2 lander, we're gonna keep. And Starfighter Pilot is the worst of my 2 drops, so I'll send that back. Okay. I mean, this is a good hand. On the draw, what do I play? I'm gonna lead with the Prospector. It feels correct. Oh, they played 2-3, okay. Certainly getting a Plains. They called my bluff. It's fine. Hey, look. The way I look at it is 1 mana kill a 2-3, still totally fine on that board. Kov Landseeker is the play from the opponent. And we drew land number 4, which is good. I guess we just pass. It's a race. My opponent plays so fast. It's a race to see who plays quicker. You can't have anything here. Reroute systems? All right. Definitely did not expect that. What do I want to Banishing Light here? I mean, they're both kind of annoying. I'm gonna get rid of the Double Striker. Auxiliary boosters, okay. Alright, we racing. Vault Guard Trooper is a good one. Okay, so... Nice try, Arena Auto Tapper. Nice try. Alright. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Vault Guard Trooper, certainly quite strong. Wedge Light Rammer, okay. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay, that was not the best decode transmissions. Let's see. 14 to 11. So the reason why I attack there is to just prevent more things from pumping the Wedge Light Rammer. And so I'm okay just with that trade, just so that it makes it a lot more difficult for them to get me with the Wedge Light Rammer. But it looks like they're going to try to play a longer game now. Although I think... Yeah, never mind. They just can hit me with both. Or just the 5, yeah. Yep. Main phase, sack the lander. Yep. 100% a mono-red gamer. Alright, we need a spell here. Okay, that helps. Sunstar Lightsmith. I need a removal spell here of some kind. But I've used a lot of them already. No, that's not good. They discarded Pulsar Squadron Ace too. Yeah, I mean, they were just able to get a little more value off their cards. Like, we drew cards off of the Decode Transmissions. We got 2 cards off of the Starfield Shepherd. We drew a card off Sunstar Lightsmith. But despite that, it's still just not enough here. So yeah, I think they got me. I think this is going to be a 4-0 into 0-3. It's very painful, but it is what it is. Good games, Challenger Green, and sadly, you know, I would like to have ended this month on a stronger note, and I thought we were well on our way with a 4-0 start, but the pendulum swings both ways. I feel like this was just like a kind of a mediocre draft deck. We did get some good cards at the end. I feel like white was certainly the color that we needed to be. I guess maybe I had a Night Luminary. Unclear that black was supposed to be my other color. I think we would have been much better off maybe with like a green-white deck, I think. Anyways, let's do just a kind of a quick recap of my stats for Edge of Eternities as we conclude our final Edge of Eternities draft. Alrighty, so all in all, not too bad. We kind of lost a bit at the end there, and I ended with a 65% win rate with 16 trophies, down 5,000 gems, but they do get counteracted by all the gold that I generate over all of these weeks. So I guess I kind of more or less broke even, maybe up small. And then, of course, I have every rare, so every time I get a rare, I get gems too. Highest rank was Mythic rank 7. Right now, we're Mythic rank 200. And then let's just kind of take a look at the color combinations here and see what we did best with, okay? Best by far was green-white, 77%. And I feel like I should have been green-white in this draft video. So that's really, really strong. We had a 5-color deck, but this doesn't count. Teamer, the Teamer Lander deck also did quite well at 72%. I think that's a very strong archetype. Rakdos, we didn't draft it all that often, but when we did okay. Same thing with black and white. And black and green, didn't draft this as well. Blue-white, I drafted a fair amount with a pretty high win rate. Right? 68%, so that's also very, very solid. Red-white, I only drafted once. Blue-green surprisingly only drafted once. And Sultai only once. And then what are the color combinations that we did poorly with? Red-green, 59%, not the best. It's okay. Blue-red, 58%. Blue-red has proven itself to be one of the weaker color combinations, so that makes sense. And then we went, oh, there you go. 13 and 12 with blue-black. So I guess I just draft blue-black incorrectly, but I really like drafting control decks, and the blue-black decks just did not pan out for me. I guess there's something that I'm missing when I was drafting that color combination. And then, you know, anytime I try to go 4 colors, I ended up doing much worse. So yeah, this has definitely kind of been, for the most part, a 2-color format, maybe with a light splash and Teamer, because green and red give you all the landers. But all in all, I mean, look, 65% win rate across, 2 months of play. That's a very, very solid win rate. That's roughly about expectation for me historically. I mean, if you just look at a lot of the other limited content creators, I think most of us kind of sit around that 65% range. So I didn't crush it and I didn't get crushed, right? It was just like right in the middle. Noting that a lot of my wins were towards the end. Like when I started, I was at like 58%. And then for this month, I'm at like over 70%. So it's, it comes and goes. But I think I more or less figured out the format and ended up with a fairly decent win rate overall. Taking a look at some of these decks here, 4 and 3 here. I actually did I went 7 and 1 with a deck that was not recorded. Then we have the 6-3, the 4-3. This was a Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft, and then just to show that I'm not necessarily like the 5 trophies in a row were legit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they were legit. 5 trophies in a row. But sadly, I really wanted to finish off the format with another trophy. But you know what? It is what it is. I had a mediocre deck. We played against a fantastic blue-white deck. I mean, we just straight up lost to Secluded Starforge, and then we lost to another pretty decent red-white deck that just had a little more action than we did. But all in all, overall with Edge of Eternities, what did I think about the format? Well, I'll be honest. I hated it at first. I really disliked it. I felt like a lot of the power of the commons fell off really, really quickly. There are too many sweepers in the format. Like having a couple is okay, but when there's like a sweeper in almost every color and like you just run into it all the time. Mutinous Massacre, 0 Point Ballad, the white rare, Singularity the rare. There's just like so many. So that I also did not like. Obviously, there are some busted rares in this format, but there's busted rares in every format, so that is okay. Some of the busted rares, though, feel more egregious than others. Like losing to Ouroboros or Elegy Acolyte is obviously quite ridiculous. The thing, though, is I couldn't really do anything too spicy in this format. And, when you draft the Final Fantasy deck, you could draft the really sick Towns decks. And I just felt like with this format, it's like, yeah, I mean, you have your curve out decks and then you play some spacecrafts, but I just felt like I couldn't really go quite as deep as I could in other formats. So all in all, I think the format was just okay. I would give Edge of Eternities like a C+, maybe a B-, somewhere around there. I mean, they do, whereas like Final Fantasy, I would have given an A. Tarkir Dragonstorm, I would have given like a B, B-. And then I actually liked Ether Drift. I know a lot of people didn't, but I would have given Ether Drift like a B+, B or B+. So I feel like this is probably my least favorite set of the year so far. But, I still enjoyed it enough to play it where I just didn't straight up just stop playing. Like, I considered it at the beginning, and that's how you know. And I did warm up to it a little bit at the end, but all in all, still not my favorite format. But all in all, like I said, give this format like a B-, C+. It was okay, but I'm excited to move on to the next set. Although the next set's Spider-Man, so I'm not sure, it's not really meant to be drafted like 8-player normal draft all the time. But if it's really popular and it ends up being good, then I'll continue making that content. If not, we're going to have to get creative with what we do until the last Airbender set comes out. If you have any good ideas, post them in the comments below. But this will be my last Edge of Eternities draft video for now. I want to thank all of you for watching. Truly do appreciate it. It was still a fun ride regardless. If you enjoy this content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you wanted to support the channel in another way, I've got a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Check it out. Shout out to all the patrons. Really appreciate the support. Also, go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles for your constructed decks, they are absolutely the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.